We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie, here's Devon Achane. And he'll get this past the 25, out to the 27. A pickup of 7. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Achane, a 1st down, and then some. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Achane. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. That's Henry To'o on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Tua, give it to Achane. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a 1st down. Here's a give to Achane. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Daniil Hunter with the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run right here. It's Achane. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And he'll be taken down. That's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. A first set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the carry, here's A-Chain. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, A-Chain. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Trying to keep the drive alive. Going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. Hill brought in motion. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's into the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Makes the score Dolphins 7, Texans nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. On 2nd down, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
First and 10. They'll run with Mixon, and he'll get forward for about a yard. It was Zach Steeler in on the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And the Dolphins are going to have it just past their 25.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Hill brought in motion. Look wide. Get this one complete. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
On the ground is H.A. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's complete. It's Waddle. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Tua now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he will go all the way. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins move out on top, 14-0. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 19-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Stroud. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. The safety, Jordan Poyer, up to make the stop. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Stroud to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Diggs on the reception. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Texans first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a 1st down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go.
They'll go right back to Mixon. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. Now Stroud. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again?
Nobody else is playing. I'm taking my time just like you are, man. You took up the whole 1.5 quarters. You took the first full, and yes, dude, I got the ball back at 2 minutes, bro.
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision. Down 8, going for 2. To throw, it's Stroud. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on a 2-point conversion.
You did it on purpose, dude.
So, things a little more interesting now, back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. And no chance to
I ain't bringing nothing up. You brought everything up.
For a touchback.
Dude, you ran the same plays. It's all good, though. It's all good, man.
They'll come up here.
This is my first game of the day, anyways. I did it on purpose because you did too. I figured you were gonna do the same thing.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. From the pistol, here's Achane. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this up to the 42. On the handoff, this is Achane. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's Achane, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock to the stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. A shotgun snap to Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, Tagovailoa. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. They get 18 yards on fourth down and a fresh set of downs.
I like a little bit of this risk-taking. When you found yourself with the lead in the fourth quarter, conservative wisdom says, just punt it away and let your defense win this game for you. But now after going for it on fourth down and extending the drive, they can continue to work this clock, and even if they do have to give the ball back to their opponent, they're going to get the ball back with a lot.
I don't play Madden like that, dude. Honestly, I play more Call of Duty for sure, but Madden's like couple of games a month, you know, even at that. Ooh, almost had a pick. But top honor, what does that mean?
It'll bring up second down.
Oh, your rank? How often does it reset? Oh shit, this is gone. The most I've gone is gold, but I do like this season. I think I'm like 5 wins and no 3 wins, 2 losses, so 3. But this is barely my 6th game.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Oh, gotcha. I think, yeah, I play maybe like 10 games per every time it resets or something.
Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2.
I don't know.
Hill brought in motion.
I was gonna get that college one, the 25, but I didn't. I got this one late.
They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
No, I actually don't watch basketball, dude. I watch football, but not basketball.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The return team gonna let that one go.
I've been watching highlights of the comebacks though, but that's pretty much it. Oh, supposed to wrong play. We're minute 52.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's see. Let's distract this guy, so it should be open.
Gonna set up the throw. He's got the tight end Schultz. Texans gonna use the last of their timeouts here. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. 18 yards on the pickup there and a first down. Still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores, and it's 1st and 10. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
He'll find Diggs across the field. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. An even 40 yards. Here's first down. To throw is Stroud. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Why didn't I not call the
To play
block?
in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory. Regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again.
Right
In this case,
on, right on.
really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind
No.
them, forced the sack.
Okay, well,
And he's in.
thought that was gonna be a pick. The other guy was wide open, right in the middle.
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision. Down 8, going for 2.
Oh shit. Fuck. Ooh, that's better.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud.
Shouldn't have done that last audible.
Two-point conversion. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They put Smythe in motion. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7.
Oh, well, that's easy. Just one more run and that's it.
Hill brought in motion. Inside.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
Yeah, no, I did a cover pass play.
Here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2.
Let's go outside.
In motion, it's Waddle.
Uh-oh. Yep, outside. I said outside.
And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. The veteran Nick Folk about ready to get this show started. And off we go from Nashville. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. They get 16 on that connection. First down for Houston. On the give, this is Mixon. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
This is intercepted. And the Titans are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Levis. Open man downfield, it's Boyd. And he will score. Tyler Boyd. Touchdown, Tennessee. The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. Past midfield to the 45. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. It's a big-time run by Mixon. 38 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run here with Mixon. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Stroud. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal. A little closer. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. The ball inches from the goal line. Third and goal. He'll try and run with Mixon. And he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force fourth down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a fourth and goal try.
They'll run for it with Mixon. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Levis. That caught Tony Pollard. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A second down throw here for Levis. That is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
A second down throw for Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Stroud to throw. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Now, Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. Here's Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Stroud. To the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now, this is going to be returned from deep in the end zone. He gets swarmed under. Doesn't even get to the 15. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. His pass, caught. It's Chicago. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On 1st down, Levis. That is brought in. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. Levis to throw on 1st and 10. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. That is caught. What a throw. Alvin Ridley. Touchdown Titans.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. From the gun, it's Levis. He'll look middle here, caught by Boyd. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. You got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
From the gun, on 3rd down, here's Levis. He's got his tight end. That's a Conquo. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. Takes it all the way down inside the 2. Sets up 1st and goal.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage. And that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. Yard. That's all they need on this 3rd and goal. Levis. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Kick Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Levis. He's going to run it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, it's Levis. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their 1st sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
Opening carry of the game for Tyjae Spears. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Third and long. And this defense holds its ground. They stop him for no gain. And 4th down's coming up. So now the veteran, Nick Folk, with an important kick. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. He's got it. And he will go all the way. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Westbrook Akine motioning here. On the bootleg, it's Levis. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
2nd down and 8. Westbrook Akine motioning here. On 2nd down, Levis. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. About just 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Second and 11. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. So, it's a win here for the Titans. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy.